Hello, I'm so excited to be here with you today talking to you about how to plan for profits in your business. My name is Tasha Cochran, and I'm a lawyer, a wealth expert, and the founder of One Big Happy Life, where I teach people how to create money plans that allow them to create the lives that they love today while also building a seven-figure nest egg. And a huge part of that is growing your income up to the lifestyle that you want to live, which is why I also teach aspiring entrepreneurs how to start their own freedom business. Now, I'm a bit of an accidental entrepreneur myself. I came to the United States when I was just 2 years old, and growing up, my parents taught me that there were exactly two acceptable jobs that I could choose from: doctor or lawyer. And I started a successful career as a banking and finance attorney. Well, in the end of 2016, I was in a job that I absolutely hated. And so while I was searching for a new job, I realized that I needed to find some sort of passion project, something to distract me from this job that I really hated so much. And so I started making videos about personal finance and lifestyle design on YouTube. Well, a month later, I actually landed my dream job, but I discovered that I really loved creating content. And so I told myself, okay, well, if in 5 years, this thing grows to where it's making just $2,000 a month and it's enough to cover your daughter's college education, all right, that is good, right? Well, within the first 2 years, I hit my first six-figure revenue year, which was awesome. But I also realized that working a full-time job as a banking and finance attorney and then running a six-figure business on the side was just not sustainable for me, because I am all about work-life balance. So one of them had to give, either my side hustle or my job. And at the time, I was working as an attorney at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and I was slated to actually write a brand new banking and finance regulation, which, if you know nothing about the law, just understand that writing your own, being part of writing a law is like a career maker, right? So my career was set. And so I'm deciding, do I keep this career that I've worked so hard for that now is on cruise control, or do I go all in my business? Well, I decided that I wanted to go all in my business. But the only way that that was going to be possible for me was for my business to grow beyond just six figures, because I needed to be able to pay myself six figures to replace my lawyer salary. So by the next year in 2019, I was able to quit my job and go full in into my business, because the business had grown to a multiple six-figure business and I was able to pay myself a six-figure salary. Now, that didn't happen by accident. It happened because I planned for my business profits. And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking to you about today in Planning for Profits: How to Predictably Scale Your Business to Six Figures and Beyond. So when you plan for profits in your business, you'll be able to focus on the activities that grow your revenue the right way so that you can build a profitable business and a life that you love. So here's where we're going in our presentation today. So I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between personal finances and business finances and how they relate to each other, because that really does come into play when we're talking about planning for profits in your business, especially as a solo entrepreneur. Then we're going to talk about how you plan for profits in your business. And then finally, I'm going to touch on really quick how you can prepare your finances, your personal finances, to quit your 9-to-5 so that you can go all in on your business. So first of all, why should you plan for profits? Like, why is that even necessary? So number one, you want to be able to create consistent profit in your business. You don't want to be stuck in a feast and famine cycle. You want to understand how your business makes money so that you know that you can continue to generate revenue so that you can pay yourself, pay your employees, and have a sustainable business, stress-free. Number two, you want to be able to quit your day job with confidence. I mean, one of the best things about having a day job is that you show up for work, you don't get fired, you get paid, right? And so you want to have that same level of security in your own business. You know that if you show up in your business, you're gonna get paid. That way you can feel comfortable leaving your 9 to 5 and going all in on your passion project like I did. And number 3, you wanna build your business in the right way. You wanna make sure that your business makes money in a way that you actually enjoy. The last thing that you wanna do is leave your 9 to 5 for your freedom business and then end up feeling trapped in a business that you don't actually enjoy working in. That's why it's so important that you actually plan for profits in your business. So let's talk about your business finances versus your personal finances. So your business finances include all of the costs and profits from your business. Example, your business software and tools, education, supplies, employees, contractors, all of that goes into your business finances. Then your personal finances are the financial decisions that you make for your household. Things like budgeting for your housing, your utilities, investing for retirement, and buying a house. So with your business finances, that's where you're looking at, okay, well, how much is my business making? How much can I pay myself? How profitable is my business? Meaning, how much are my expenses and how much is my revenue and how much is left over of my revenue after I've paid all my expenses? Then on your personal finance side, you're thinking that impacts how much your business needs to make, because depending on how much you need to spend to support your lifestyle, that affects how much money you actually need to pull out of your business every single month and every single year to just live. The higher your personal expenses are, the more that you will need to pull out of your business, the more revenue your business will need to generate, and the potentially less money you have to actually reinvest in your business. Because if your business, for example, if your business makes $50,000 a year and you need $50,000 a year to live, well, then you're potentially going to be in a pinch there, because your revenue is not going to be your take-home pay, because every business has some amount of expense. So if you want to be able to quit your job when your business only makes $50,000 a year, but your expenses are 50, then what you might need to do is crunch down your expenses, your personal expenses, so that your business is still able to support your lifestyle. So here's a perfect example of like a visual representation of how our business finances and our personal finances intertwine. In the beginning, most of us, when we're just starting our business, our personal finances are that outer green circle and the business finances are the blue. So usually it starts out as non-existent because we start this business, it's not making any money, and we use our personal finances to fund the business, right? The finances, the money that we're getting from our day job, it funds our business. Well, over time, we want our business income to increase like it does in that middle circle to where it's just equal with our personal finances. We'll reach that point, and then we'll want to move over to that third point where it's actually big enough to fully cover our personal finances, and there's still some left over, right? That's the amount of money that we'll use to, continue to run our business and get employees and hire contractors and designers and things like that, the tools that we need to grow our business. But you can see that there is an interplay between your business finances and your personal finances. The more money you make in your business, the more money you have available to meet your personal finances, and the lower your personal finance expenses are, the easier it will be for your business to support your lifestyle. So while they are separate, they do interconnect. And so it's, you just want to keep that in mind, especially if you're moving towards full-time entrepreneurship. So how much do you want to make? That's going to be the first question that you ask yourself. How much do you need to make from your business in order to support the lifestyle that you have right now, so that you can quit your day job? So that's going to be your first revenue goal when you're planning for your profits. But I also like to have a stretch goal because, we always want to have our good, better, best goals. So this would be sort of like your better or best goal. The second question that you would ask yourself is, how much does your business need to make in order to meet your ideal lifestyle? So your ideal lifestyle being the ideal way that you want to live your life. What does your ideal budget look like? And so how much does your business need to make? So here are your action items. So number one, you need to decide how much money you want to make from your business. And so for me, I knew that my business I needed to pull out at least a six-figure salary, at least $100,000 in order for me to feel comfortable quitting my day job. Secondly, you need to keep track of your business expenses. Because when we're first starting our businesses, our personal finances, often they pay all of our business expenses. And so it can be really easy to get into the trap of spending too much on our business expenses and not being able to compensate ourselves. So you've got to make sure that you're paying attention to your business expenses so that you're able to actually pay yourself money so that you can quit your day job if that's what you want to do. And then third, you're going to want to create a profit plan for your business where you're deciding how your business makes money in a repeatable way. And that's what we're going to go into right now. So how do you plan for your profits? Number one, you need to decide how your business will make money. Number two, you've got to understand how your business gets customers. And number three, you've got to track your metrics and improve them. So let's get into each of these one by one. So number one, how does your business make money? Starting with your niche. So what is it that you help your people with? At the end of the day, a business solves a problem for a person. All businesses must solve some kind of problem. So to use One Big Happy Life as an example, so one of the things that we do is teach people how to create money plans that allow them to enjoy a life that they love today while also building a seven-figure nest egg. So that solves two problems at the same time. So number one, people don't know how they can build wealth so that they can retire comfortably. So we teach them the process of doing that. And part of that process is understanding how to budget their finances today in a way that will allow them to meet those big long-term goals while still living. And in particular, we help people who don't want to be super frugal. We like to say that we help people who like nice things. And so their problem is they like these nice things, but they realize that they have to save and they don't know how to find that right balance and save consistently and still enjoy their lives. So that is what we help people with. But then secondly, you've got to think about how do you help people? So in what ways do you help people solve the problem that your business solves? And so that boils down to what your products and offerings look like. It could be that you write books and you're an author. And so you help people by publishing books, which are accessible to basically everyone. And so then they can read the books and work to implement the strategies in your books, or even if it's just reading a book for entertainment, the problem is they're bored and the solution is they read your book for entertainment. And so that could be one offering. Or you could offer something like a coaching program or a done-for-you service where you're doing something for someone, like coming into their house and organizing their kitchen pantry for them. So you have to decide how you want to help people solve their problems, because there are many different solutions to any individual problem, but not every solution is right for every person. And not every solution will be right for you, because maybe you hate the idea of writing a book and you love the idea of actually getting in there and decluttering a space for someone. So that's why I say that when you're planning for profits, you want to make sure that you're keeping in mind the things that you want to do. You don't want to build a business where you're having to deliver on a product or service that you don't enjoy. And then lastly, how much do you charge for the solutions that you're offering to your people? So here's 6 different examples of what a 6-figure business could look like, depending on what types of products and services and price points you offer. So just to use a couple of examples here. So right up at the top, we have display ads. So display ads would go on something like your own website. So the thing that you would be offering up is content. So you would be creating blog posts or videos and posting those on your website, getting traffic to that website, and then using ad placements to make money from your website. And so this is just an approximation of how much revenue you could potentially generate. So that might take something like 600,000 page views per month if all you're doing is display ads. And again, this is an example. So these are not hard and fast numbers, but compare that to right next to it, we have done for you services. And let's say that you have a done for you service where you charge $2,000. And so it only takes you approximately four clients a month to have a six-figure business. Now, I know that 8,000 times 12 is 96. So we're $4,000 short there. But, for simplicity's sake, I didn't want to put decimals on there. We're keeping these numbers super simple. But the point is that you can see that your choice of products and services and offerings really does impact how many units you have to sell every month, and then what you actually need to do to reach your revenue goals every month. So next up, you need to know, how do you acquire customers? In order for your business to make money, someone's going to have to pay you, right? If you want to grow a profitable business, you need to know how to get in front of the right people and build a relationship with them so that they become customers. So knowing how you acquire customers lets you make a repeatable and improvable process for bringing profits into your business. In other words, it helps you make decisions about what you need to do in your business in order to make money. So again, here are a couple of examples of six-figure businesses. So right up at the top, we have done for you services. Again, 4 clients at $2,000 a month. So let's say that you are using sales conversations to convert your customers, and you know that you can convert 20% of your sales calls. So in that case, you know that you need to make 20 calls per month in order to get your clients. Alternatively, on the next row, we have digital products. So if you wanted a six-figure business using a digital course that you were selling at $97, then you know that you need to sell 85 digital courses. And let's say that you sell them via webinars. Well, and your webinars have a 10% conversion. Well, so you know that you need 850 webinar attendees every single month in order to hit your revenue goals for the month. So number 3, you've got to track your metrics and improve them over time. Improving your metrics over time helps you create a business that's more profitable with the same amount of work. So you can see, actually, I'm going to leave that big because it gets a little small when I pop on. So here I have just one example for you, the done for you services. Again, we've got these 4 clients at $2,000 a month. Now, if you know, again, you're making sales calls, if you know that your average success rate for your sales conversations is 20%, then you know that you need to make 20 calls every single month in order to land 4 new clients and make $8,000 that month. Or let's say that you've improved your sales conversations because you hired a trainer to coach you through how to have better conversations, or you did a better job of pre-qualifying people before they even got on the phone with you. And so now you have a 50% conversion rate on your sales calls. Well, now you know you only need 8 calls a month. So here are some ways that you can track your metrics and improve them over time. So number 1, you can improve your offerings. So you can continue to refine and update your products and services. You can get better at what you do. So just like with your day job, where you increase your skills and you can demand higher pay in your day job, well, the same thing works for your business. So as you increase your skills, as your reputation grows, as you get more client testimonials, then you're able to charge more for your services. You can also change up the types of services that you offer. So deciding to offer, say, a big digital course versus a tiny ebook, well, those will come at very different price points. Or deciding to offer a one-on-one service where you actually coach a person and help them get the work done, or offering done for you. So higher price point items means that you can then charge more for your offerings. You can also improve your marketing. So in the previous example, I talked about some ways that someone could actually improve their phone conversation conversion rate. And one way would be to make sure that people are well qualified before they get on the phone with you. So that means that in however you acquire customers, let's say you're on social media, and so you're building your audience that way. Well, so you can see which topics resonate with the people that you actually want to do business with, the people who become customers. What topics do they like? And so then you can switch it up that way. Or you can also look for ways to improve your own skills when it comes to your marketing. So maybe you can get better at creating your own emails, or you can hire someone to write your emails for you. Or like the example I gave before, where you could hire a sales coach to actually teach you how to have better sales conversations so that you can close more of those sales calls. And then lastly, you've got to take, and even though I put this last, I kind of think that this one should be first, right? You've got to understand your customer, because you want to know why people are finding their way to you, what's attracting them to you, really understand their pain points. Like, you want your customer to feel like you know them, and you want them to believe that you can actually solve their problems. So the people who do buy, the people who don't buy, you want to survey them both and get to know them both and understand the people who did buy, why did they buy? The people who didn't buy, well, why didn't they buy? Your action items. Number one, you've got to choose your niche. So you've got to decide who it is, what problem is it that you solve? What does your business do? What is its purpose? Secondly, you want to identify your offerings. So how do you solve the problem? What are your specific offerings, and how much do you charge for them? And then third, you want to create your marketing strategy. So how do you plan to acquire customers, and what do your conversions look like over time? As you start to track your conversions and track your metrics, then you'll know exactly how many new customers you will have every single month based on the actions that you're taking in your business, in terms of posting on social media, using paid advertising, speaking on stages. All of those things come into play so that you're taking those perfect actions that are aimed at getting you the exact results you're looking for, which is growing your business revenue. So lastly, really quick, I wanted to chat with you about some things that you can do to help prepare your personal finances for quitting your day job. So number one, have a 1-year spending plan. So what a 1-year spending plan is, it is a budget for an entire year at once. And I love the 1-year spending plan. That is what I recommend to all of our students inside of Wealth Builders Academy. And because it allows you to plan your whole year at once, you're really thinking through what your life is going to look like over the next year. You're really looking at your cash flow, which is something that you should do all the time, no matter what, whether you're an employee or a full-time entrepreneur, but especially as an entrepreneur, because business it's cyclical. So there are highs and lows in business. And so you want to make sure that your personal finances can weather the ups and downs of your inevitable business cycles, especially when you have a newer business. Secondly, ideally, you would build a financial safety net before you quit, something like 6 to 12 months of an emergency fund. I know that that's a lot, but again, because business can be unpredictable, you want to make sure that you have a comfortable cash cushion so that in the inevitable business lulls, you have some money to fall back on, not only personally, but this is also good to do in your business as well. Have some amount of reserves in your business so that if 1 month or 2 months don't go exactly the way you planned that they would, that you can still meet all of your financial obligations. Third, you may want to consider reducing your personal expenses, because remember earlier we talked about the relationship between personal expenses and business expenses. The lower your personal expenses are, the less of a demand it puts on your business to constantly produce revenue. Because business is all about experimentation, especially in the beginning. You're going to be tweaking your business to create the business that you enjoy, right? You're going to be finding your own way, what works for you, what works for your customers and your audience. And so you want your business to have some breathing room so that you can experiment and try new things, and so that you're not having to do things just for the money, because your goal is to create a sustainable long-term business that allows you to thrive financially, personally, and also professionally, right, in the business that you're creating. And then lastly, my recommendation is that you leave your job on good terms, okay? I know you're quitting, you want to quit your job, you want to just burn it down, maybe you do. Maybe you're like me and you left a job that you loved to do something that you loved even more. But you never know when those contacts could come in handy, or, you just want to make sure that you are leaving a positive reputation of yourself wherever you go, whether it's as an employee or an entrepreneur. So it's generally a great practice to leave a positive impression no matter why you're leaving any particular organization. And lastly, I just want to remind you to enjoy the journey. Being an entrepreneur is quite a roller coaster. I would say it's one of the hardest things that I have ever done, but I love it. And I would not change this experience for the world. I cannot wait to see what happens to my business, how it grows over the next few years, the next few decades. And so just enjoy where you are in the process, because this is all going to be worth it. All you've got to do is stick to it. Create your profit plan, and next thing you know, you will have your own profitable business. And of course, I would love for you to find me over at onebighappylife.com or over on Instagram at onebighappylife. Thank you so much for tuning in here. I love talking money, numbers, and business, and helping you create a business and a life that you love. Thank you so much. Bye.